Yo, what's good with y'all? In today's video, I got the how to make a Battlegrounds game. Um, so if you guys remember, if you recall, I should say, you guys know I did the strong. I've been doing like the how to make the strongest Battlegrounds. I did the part one showing how to make the overall game. Well, at least some parts of it, and then I show you guys how to do other stuff. So pretty much, that series it's kind of it's not necessarily ending, but it's being a little. It's being like it's being turned into it's being changed. Like it's just gonna be a little different if that makes sense. Like I'm still gonna like pull stuff from the strongest battlegrounds and other battleground games you guys suggest, and I'll show you guys like I have the weapon character I'm working on. That'll be the next not next video, but one of my future videos and stuff. The weapon characters and stuff. I pretty much reworked the entire battleground system I had made before, because you guys know before it was like what, like almost 200 lines of code. This one is like 110 lines. It's 110 lines broken up into 4 different scripts, and it's way easier to read, organized. It's just generally its functionality is better. This was the part one of how to make a battlegrounds game and stuff. I'll mainly be basing it off of the strongest battlegrounds, and that's a battlegrounds game I play and stuff. But yeah, let's go ahead and get straight into the video. Okay, so first things first, we gotta make a. We honestly have to make a lot of stuff before we actually get into the actual scripting. So first things first, you guys know in battleground games, or at least in the strongest battlegrounds, you have your spawn locations. You have multiple spawn points where players can spawn. So let's go ahead and set those up. If we click model at the top and then we click spawn, right, we can create a spawn location, right? So if we duplicate this by having it selected, and then pressing Control D or home and then duplicate, right? You do that 3 times, so we can have 4 spawns. I mean, it's up to you however many spawns you want, right? So you can place them wherever you want. I'm going to spread them out a little bit, right? And then of course you can name them. You can of course just add a little number or something. That's what I'm saying. Like location 2, 3, and 4, right? Then we're going to of course need a remote event. So let's insert a remote event to replicated storage, and then we're going to call set remote event core event, right? Normally I would have put the folders here, but for security purposes, we're going to keep the character folders inside of server storage, which I will get into. Okay, so next we're going to create our character folder, right? So we can insert a folder into server storage. You guys want to name this characters. Naming is very important. Make sure you name everything exactly the same as I do, unless you know what you're doing, because naming is very important. So you want to name characters, and you're going to want to insert a folder inside of said folder, and then you're going to want to put the name of your character. So, but I'm going with the format of just character 1, character 2, character 1, character 2, and character 3, right? So I'm going to have character 1, right? Then inside of character 1, I'm going to insert another folder, right? And then I'm going to call this skill 1, right? Or ability 1, you know what I'm saying? So then inside of it, you're going to insert an animation. You guys just saw I typed animation, and then you're going to insert a sound, right? And then you're going to leave, you don't need to change the names. All you're going to do is insert a, sorry. You're going to insert an ID. Where is the ID? Right there. So your sound ID, you would put it right here. Just drop that in. You drop the number in, press enter, boom, it would do that for you. Obviously there is no sound with that ID, but yeah. And then save with animation, just throw your animation ID in there, right? Don't change the names, and then that's all you would need to do, right? Oh, there's one more thing I want to say. I'm not going to do this, but I'm just showing you generally how this will work in the system. So say if you have a Game Pass character, like you have a character that has a Game Pass and stuff, and like the players, like you want it so that the players have to own a Game Pass to be able to use a character, you would want to insert a value, what's it called, actually, you know what, I'm gonna show you guys later. I'm gonna show you guys when I get to the actual code. I don't remember specifically what it was called. I think it's called Game Pass. Like I think all you have to do is insert a number value into the character and then name it Game Pass ID, and then you would insert the ID of like the Game Pass ID here, and then you would just check to make sure the player owns the Game Pass. Now if you don't want the character to like be like like blocked by like needing a Game Pass, don't insert the Game Pass ID a number value. That's only if you want the player to have to own the Game Pass to use the player. I mean use the character. But yeah. So once you've done that, you can duplicate this, do it 3 times, or yeah. And then you can change this to skill, oh sorry, not skill 4. Skill 2, skill 3, and then you guys can change the animation inside of the skills and the sound effects as well, have their own specific ones. Then you guys can duplicate this, Control D, then of course change this to character 2, character 3, right? and boom, just like that, we have our character folders set up, right? So once we're done there, we can really just close that out. Then we can go ahead and set up the starter GUI. So let's insert a screen GUI into starter GUI. You guys already know that there's a couple things we got to set up here. The UI will take a little second, not gonna lie. We can name it character selector GUI, right? And then we're gonna insert a local script, and then we're gonna name this script core script. In parentheses, put local. Let me scroll up so you guys can see the name, right? Then we're gonna come back to the script. We're not gonna touch it just yet. I'm then gonna insert a button, a text button, right? And then I'm gonna name said button drop down button. Then I have some properties here. You guys just simply copy the properties I have, if that's what you want. You can put the button and everything else wherever you want it, but I'm just saying if you want it to be just like mine, then here's everything. So first we have the button. This is the position. So I'm gonna set that position. So boom, because we want it to be at the top, right? Also some properties here. So one, make sure you check ignore GUI no set so it goes to the top, and then or GUI insect. Yeah, and then also disable reset on spawn, right? But yeah, so you want to set the position to that. Then you want to make sizing 32 by 32. So let me take out the size part, right? And boom, right? And then like you'll actually be able to see it like when I actually like click play, but right. So set the sizing to that. As for the properties, we can go ahead and just, I mean, you can really do whatever you want with like these properties. It doesn't honestly matter. So I'm gonna say text skills, rich text, bolded text. You can make this just a C, you know, yeah, like just a C really. I believe the way, how did I do this before? I think I did it like this, like I'm trying to get the color. I want the color to match, because you guys know how in like the strongest battlegrounds, for example, the color match like the other one. So I'm trying to get it to like match this one. Oh. Wait, I can't, never mind, I cannot see it. Let me see. Where did it go? Let's see. Where did it go? 0.08, negative 0. Okay, let me see. Let me try lowering it down and see what okay, there we go. Okay, so I guess we'll just change the positioning of it. So like 0. Or maybe just make it 0. Okay, yeah. Or maybe more like 0.1 or 0.05. 301. Yeah, okay, there we go. So that's perfect. Okay, so change the positioning of the button to actually this instead. Let me just let me update this, right? So you want to change it to this instead. I don't know why it's different, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. So change the positioning to this, right, for the button. You can see what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna edit it while I'm like, this is actually something that's honestly what's it called, is useful to do. You can edit it while you're playing, so you can see the changes happen, you know, while you're playing, and then you can just copy and paste the button and then just delete the old one and stuff. And I'll show you guys what I mean exactly. So if we want the color to match, I think that's like, so like I guess we could do like black and then make the transparency like 0.5. Yeah, something like that. And then we would change the text color to white. And then yeah, not pretty much. Yeah, okay. So simply select the drop down button, click copy, right? Then stop playing, then stop the game. Obviously your changes didn't save, so delete the old button, then you can paste, then you can paste a new one. Boom, there we go, right? So once we have our new drop down, button, right? We can then go ahead and insert a UI corner. I mean, this is optional, it's just up to you guys, but yeah, we can insert a UI corner into it. I'm gonna just leave that as is. Then I'm going to what's it called? Insert a frame. I'm gonna name this drop down frame, right? Then I'm going to also insert a UI grid layout into it. The properties for the frame, let's go ahead, let's do properties of the frame, then properties of the UI grid layout. So for the frame, assuming it still works the same as before, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it like this. So that's the positioning of the frame. Then for the size, here's the sizing, boom, and oh yeah, actually the sizing doesn't change from the default sizing. Then for the UI grid layouts, padding is 0.5. I think that's this. Yeah, I think that's default. Yeah. Actually, everything is the same for the UI grid layout except for the cell size Y value. So just change that to 30, right? Then for the drop down frame, you guys can make this. They can make the background transparent. So background transparency is equal to 1. Then we're gonna go ahead and insert text buttons, right? Insert your text button. You can customize it to your however way you want it. I guess I'm just gonna go the same way I did it. I guess maybe I just do the same thing I did, like up there. Like, yeah, so 0.5 background color transparency. You're gonna want to name this. You want to name this. You want to make sure that the name corresponds to the name of Oh, sorry. Never. The name doesn't matter. The text matters. So we could just name this just so we can keep everything together. We could say character 1 button, right? Now the text, you want to make sure we could bold it and scale it. You want to make sure the text corresponds with the name of the character inside the folder, right? So, oh, actually, change this. Hold on. Put a space in between. Yeah. Sorry, I actually forgot. Put a space between the character and then the word character and the number, the character. Okay, so you're gonna simply put you want the text to match up with the name of the character inside of the character folder. So we're gonna say character 1, right? That looks right. Then I'm gonna make text rich, white font, right? And then I'm gonna also insert a UI grid layout. I'm sorry, not UI grid layout, UI corner, right? So we could duplicate that and then throw that in there. And then boom, just like that. We are almost done actually. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to duplicate the button, or wait, actually, hold on. By default, actually, yeah, hold on. So by default, I'm sorry, it's a lot of stuff to remember, not gonna hold you up. But anyway, so by default, we want to set all the transparencies equal to 0. I mean, equal to 1. We're going to set them equal to 0 via the script. So set text transparency equal to 1, and then set background transparency equal to 1, right? And then you're gonna want to just duplicate this. So Control D. Then of course just update, just change everything. So character 2. Do the same thing with the the third one, and then character 3 button. I believe that should be everything. It's just a lot of shit. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of stuff to remember off the top of my head. But anyway, now we get into the actual scripting. Everything I actually do remember. Okay, so let's get into the scripting. So scripting, let me make sure I'm still good. Okay, I am. So we're gonna delete print hello world. I'm gonna create a couple of variables actually. First, we're gonna get our services. So let's get the user input service. Let's say local UIS is equal to game get service user input service. Then I'm gonna get the tween service. I'm gonna say local yes is equal to game get service tween service. Then I'm gonna put a space in between, and I'm gonna get the core mode event. So I'm gonna say local core event is equal to game the replicated storage wait for child core event. Then I'm going to get the local player, so I'm going to say local player is equal to game.players.local player. Then I'm going to create a variable for the GUI, so I'm going to say local characters selector GUI is equal to script.parent, because remember we put the script directly inside of the GUI, right? Then I'm going to set up about, I think it's like 3 functions, right? I'm set up 3 functions on the script. So first things first, I'm going to set up the function for when a player is trying to open up the character select menu, like when they want to see the character buttons. So I'm going to say character selector GUI, that drop down button, that mouse button one click, connect function. You want to say, you want to put close parentheses, enter. Then I'm going to say if character selector GUI, that drop down button, that drop down frame, that character 1 button, that background transparency is equal to 1. Then let's say for I comma v in pairs. I'm say character selector GUI character selector GUI, that drop down button, that drop down frame, and then I'm gonna say get children. I'm gonna set up a tween. So I'm gonna say if v is a text button, just gotta make sure it's a text button. If it is, I'm gonna set the tween. I'm gonna say local open tween is equal to ts create v, the instance, right? Then comma tween info. I cannot spell new for some reason. Tween info new. I made the duration 1 second, but it's up to you guys however long you want it, right? So comma, then enum dot using style linear, and enum dot using direction out. And then comma, we're gonna create a property table. So I'm gonna say special brackets. Oh, sorry, put a comma in between the parentheses. Then create special brackets. we're going to create a table. So I'm going to first change the text transparency and the background transparency, or not first, but that's what I'm going to do and stuff, because you guys remember I said to make sure that's set to 1 by default. So I'm going to say text transparency is equal to 0 and background transparency is equal to 0.5, right? Then I'm going to place that tween. Then we need to do the else if for when it's closing. Great news, we can simply just copy and paste this. Let's go right here, press enter, then just do else if, and then literally just copy everything after if, like above it, right? You're gonna want to copy all of that, then put a space, control V, boom, right? Then you're going to simply change this to background transparency is equal to let me think. Oh, it is, wait, equal to 1. Okay, yeah. So if background transparency is equal to 0.5, yeah. So background transparency is equal to 0.5. We're going to change this back to 1. Change this back to 1. We'd set this to in, right? And then simply just update the names to close tween, and then just like that, we are done. We're done with the first function. Very simple. So then moving on to the second function, which is honestly that was the more lengthy function on the entire script, to be honest with y'all. Then we use a for loop to set up when a character tries to select a character. So I'm gonna say for I, comma v in pairs, character selector GUI dot drop down button dot drop down frame get children, just like we did up there. Then I'm gonna say if v is a text button, right? If v is a text button, then v, that mouse button one click, connect function, close parentheses, enter. Then you're going to say core event fire server in quotation marks. You're going to put character select, that's the name of the event, right? Then you're going to also as the first argument, you're going to pass over the name, the text in the text button, which is, remember, that should be the name of the character. Then onto the last function on the script, I'm going to set up for when a player tries to use a skill. I'm going to say uis.input begin, connect function, right? Let me scroll down a little bit. Function, I'm going to say input, comma, processed, right? Enter, I'm going to say if input, if input.user input type is equal to enum.user input type keyboard and processed is equal to false, enter. And I'm going to set up a long if statement. I'm going to say if input.keycode. I'm setting it up for all 4. So if input.keycode is equal to enum.keycode dot 1, because you guys know it usually goes 1 2 3 4. If you just want your game to have 1, leave 1. If you want it to have 2 3, do 2 3. Like, yeah. Then you're going to say and then you could just copy and paste this. Or sorry, not and, sorry. Or. And then you can really just copy and paste this. Boom, boom, boom. And put it in at the end when you're done. Then just change them. So for this, this is 2, this is 3, and then this is 4. Delete the or right there. And then boom, right? And then I'm going to fire them. What event? I'm going to say core event fire server, quotation marks, put skill. That's the name of the event. Then I'm going to send over the name of the keybind we press. So input.keycode.name. So it'll either come out as 1, 2, 3, or 4. Not the number, but it'll come out as the word, a string value. And to see that, guys, we are done with the local script. Now we can move on to the leader stats, right? Everything else we handle on the server side. So we are now going to set up a leader stats script. You guys know in games how the Battleground games, they have kills, which is how many kills you have in the server, and then you have total kills, which is the total amount of kills you've had, which means it's saved, which means you need to use data stores. So to use data stores, make sure data stores are enabled. Click game settings, go to security. You want to enable studio access to API services and make sure it saves and you can publish and everything, right? So let's go ahead and insert a server script into server script service. We are going to name said script leader stats script, right? Enter. You can delete print hello world. Then you're going to create just one variable. We're going to get the kills data store. So we're going to say local kills data store is equal to game get service. I'm going to do that. Get service data store service. Then we'll say get data store kills data store, right? Let me just double check. I already know this video going to be It's gonna be a minute. I already know. Then I'm gonna set up a function for when the players join. We gotta set some things up. We gotta first create a leader stats folder so we can put the amount of kills they have and total kills in there. And then we need a current character. This is how we're going to keep track of what character the player currently has. So I'm gonna say game.players.player added connect function, right? And in parentheses, you're going to want to put PLR short for the player. Press enter. Then I'm gonna create a variable for the leader stats folder. I'm gonna say local leaders. I'm gonna say leader stats is equal to instance.new folder. Parent that to the player. I'm gonna say leader stats dot name is equal to leader stats. Then I'm gonna create the kills, how many kills they have in the server. So local kills is equal to instance.new number value, parent this to the leader stats folder. You're gonna say kills.name is equal to kills, then kills.value is equal to 0 by default. Then I'm gonna set the amount of total kills they have. So local total kills is equal to instance.new number value, parent this to leader stats as well. And then you're gonna do the same thing. Name is equal to total kills, and total kills that value by default will be set to 0. And then lastly, you're going to create the current character string value. So you're going to say local current character is equal to instance.new string value. This time you're going to parent it to the player. And then you're going to say current character dot name is equal to current character. Then you're going to say current character dot value. You're going to set the value equal to whatever the default character is in your game. Like for example, so for my game it'd be character 1. All right. So whatever character you want people to start out with. But obviously they could change the character. But I'm just saying this is what they're gonna set up with. Then we'll set up a protected call function so we can load players' data. So I'm gonna say local success, error message is equal to pcal function. All right, close parentheses, enter. Then I'm gonna set up two variables. First, I'm gonna set up the key. So local key, I like to use player's user ID. So you can't change the user ID. You can change the username. So I wouldn't recommend using a username. I'm gonna set user ID. Then I'm gonna set up a variable for the data. So local data is equal to kills data store get async. You're gonna put the key inside, right? And then you're gonna set up an if statement. You're gonna say if data, then total kills dot value is equal to data regular bracket 1, which is referring to the first value within the data set, right? Then I'm gonna set up a while loop. I'm gonna say while not 6. What? Wait, what's the issue? Oh, while not success. Weird. Wait, what is the issue? I'm confused. Sorry. Make sure you go on the outside. Okay. Make sure you go on the outside. So in between these two ends. So you want to say while not success, right? Enter. You're gonna say task.wait 3 seconds, right? And then you're gonna do the same thing. So just copy and paste this whole thing. Control C, Control V. This is simply just to make sure that whatever you're trying to do, it's gonna be done. Like the player may have to wait a little bit if there's any errors and stuff, because especially with like saving data, loading data, there could be errors. So of course, this is just to ensure that they may have to wait a little, but it's gonna work. So yeah. Then I'm gonna set up the function for when the player leaves. So data saving essentially. So I'm gonna say game.players.player moving connect function in parentheses PLR, just like we did up there. Press enter. Then you're gonna set up a pcal straight from the top. You're gonna say local success, error message is equal to pcal function, close parentheses, enter. You're then gonna set up a variable for the key, so we did up there. That's equal to player.user ID. Then you're gonna set up a data table. So data table is equal to special brackets, right? And then you're going to save your data by saying table.insert the table, then the value. Make sure you're okay. So when you're loading data, you need to load data in the order you saved it and the vice versa. So since like I'm only loading one piece of data because it's just, I'm only loading one value, the amount of total kills that a player has. But if I was saving like kills, then it would be data regular bracket 2 after, and it would have to be after, and then I would save regular kills after, not before, or if that makes sense, right? I have a video on data saving anyway. So I'm gonna say data table. I'm gonna say data table, and then I'm gonna say player dot leader stats regular bracket quotation marks total kills, because remember there's a space in between. And then actually I forgot to actually put that there. Make sure you put a space in between. Well, you don't have to. It's up to you. But I'm saying when it appears on the leaderboard, you would probably want it to have a space. So yeah. So player leader stats, total kills, right? And then you're gonna want to say that value, right? And then, oh yeah, I forgot to, wait, I'm so confused. What is going on? Dot table dot insert player dot leader stats dot value. What is the issue? I'm so confused. Oh, I did on the, okay, did on the outside. So dot value, boom. Okay, there we go, right? Then after that, you're simply gonna say kills data store, set async, throw the key in there, and then the data table, right? And then boom, just like that, we have set up, wait, no, sorry. I actually forgot something, not gonna lie. What did oh yeah, sorry, forgot the while. So go on the outside, just like we did up there, we're gonna say while not success, do task that wait 3 seconds, right? Then I'm going to copy and paste this, Control C, Control V, and boom, just like that, we are done with the leader stats, right? Moving through this pretty fast, honestly. Then on to the core script for the server. It literally has less than 50 lines of code. It's gonna be very simple. Insert a server script, and then the module script has like what? It's like 40. Like no, I definitely made it. It's easier to read. It's a lot less. So you're gonna name this core script. I don't know why that. Oh, it's because it published. Anyway, so core script server, right? So server. Then I'm going to delete print hello world. I'm going to create two variables. First, I'm going to get the sound service, or sorry, we actually don't need the sound service. I'm going to get the marketplace service. That's the only service we need. So local MPS is equal to game get service marketplace service, right? This is to check to make sure that just in case this is only needed if your game has Game Pass character. If your game doesn't have type of Game Pass characters or any type of dev products, you don't need the marketplace service, right? And then I'm going to get the core mode event local core event is equal to game duplicate storage wait for child core event. Then I'm going to create a variable for the character folder. So I'm going to say local character folder is equal to game server storage wait for child characters, right? Or should I do a character folder? I wonder. Maybe character folder instead of characters. Yeah, let's actually change the name. Let's do character folder. Let's change the name to character folder or characters. Let's do characters folder. Or okay, just do character folder. Just do character folder. Yeah. I'm gonna do it like that. Then make sure you update the name there. Boom, right? Then I'm going to create a module script inside. I'm gonna throw a module script inside of this, right? So actually hold on. I'm trying to think. Core events, the core mode event, the character folder. Okay, yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna insert a module script into the core script. I'm going to insert boom, so plus icon module script. You're gonna want to name the module script combat script. Is going to handle the combat stuff, so combat script, right? And then you're simply going to say local combat. You can say combat script or combat module, up to you. Combat module is equal to require script dot combat script, right? And then I'm going to say core event dot on server event next function in parentheses put a PLR short for the player, then name of the event arg1 arg2 enter. I honestly don't even think, well, actually, no, we don't even need argument. We only need argument one because I believe we only sent one piece of information over. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, okay, good. So then moving on, we're gonna set up the first event. But before we do that, let's go ahead and create a variable for the player's character. Let's say local character is equal to player dot character, right? Then we'll say if event type is equal to quotation marks character select, right? Enter. Then I'm going to say local. We need to have another if statement instead of if statement. We need to make sure the player's health. If you want your game to have this, but usually most Battleground game have you have to be full health to change characters, so people can't be switching characters mid fight. So if character dot humanoid dot health is equal to character dot humanoid dot max health, right? Enter. You're gonna say local. Character name is equal to argument one name. Just to like clear this up, right? Just to clarify something. When I say character name, I'm not referring to the player's character, right? Because if I wanted the character's name, like the actual player character's name, I would say character.name. That's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to the name of the character they're trying to select. In this case, character one, right? Character one, just to clarify that, right? So after do that, I'm going to say player load character. That's how you refresh the player's character. And I'm going to use the for I loop. Here's how I'm going to randomize their spawn. So they spawn in a random place on the map. So I'm going to say for IV and pairs. Here's where the spawns come into place. Workspace get children. enter. You're then gonna say if v is a spawn location, right? If v is a spawn location, you're then gonna say local number is equal to math dot random 1 to however many total spawn locations you have. Since I have 4, I'm gonna put 4, right? But 1 shouldn't change. You're gonna say if v dot name is equal to spawn location dot 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 number, right? Then enter, you're gonna say player, or sorry, not player, character. You're gonna say character. You're gonna say character move to v dot position, or you could pivot them to the C frame, whichever one works for you, really, honestly. Then after this for I loop, so we're gonna move on from this. After this for I loop, you're then gonna do another one actually. You're gonna say for I comma v in pairs. You're gonna say character. You're gonna say character folder get children. Enter. Let's go down a little bit, right? So then I'm gonna say if v dot name is equal to character name, right? Make sure character name, not character dot name. And here's where the game pass comes into play, and not v find first child game pass ID, right? This is to make sure that that is not a game pass character. If it's not a game pass character, then this will proceed. I'm gonna set up an else if statement, show you guys like how to do it if there is a game pass character. Then you're simply gonna say player dot current character dot value is equal to character name, right? Then set up an else if statement. You're gonna say else if. Then you can literally just copy and paste this. So Control C, Control V. Then this time you're simply just gonna say and v find first child, which means that it is a game pass character. And then you're also gonna add one more thing. You're gonna say this is how you check to make sure the player owns the game pass. So MPS user owns game pass. Async, you're gonna say player dot user ID, comma, then v dot game pass ID dot value. Remember, it's supposed to be a number value, and the value of said number value is going to be the game pass ID, right? So yeah, that's how you would check. And then yeah, wait, actually hold on. Yeah, okay. So yeah, so we're done with that event. We can then move on to the second event. That's actually the longest event on the server side, because it's actually just one more. Yeah, it's only just one more event. I'm going to say else if event type is equal to skill, enter, right? I'm going to say local skill number is equal to argument 1, right? Then I'm set up if statement. I'm going to say if player dot current character. It's a lot of copying and pasting we're going to be doing, which makes our job a lot easier, honestly. Current character dot value is equal to character. Remember the name of the character inside of the folder. So character 1, you're going to say combat module dot, oh sorry, we need to set those up actually. A second that. Okay, so okay, so I guess what I'll do is we're gonna take a pause because there's about 7 more lines of code to add to this event. We're gonna switch gears and go to the combat module script so we can set this up, right? Then we're gonna come back. Okay, so the combat module script will take us literally like 2 minutes to set up. Okay, so let's change the name. We're gonna change this to combat module, right? Then I'm gonna rename this. Let's go ahead and put a space in between. We're gonna get the character folders. So we're gonna say, let's save ourselves some time. Let's go up here, copy paste this, Control C, put that at the top, Control V, right? Then I'm going to create a function, right? I'm gonna say combat module dot character 1 is equal to function. Sorry, I always do fault by mistake, but anyway, function, you're gonna say player comma skill number, enter, right? Then I'm going to say local character 1 folder is equal to characters, so the character folder, right? And then you're gonna say regular brackets the name of the character. The name of the character. So character, you're gonna say character 1 because this is character 1, right? Because each attack will be, different for each character. So we can't have like just one function that handles all the characters. Because each ability is different. Like some are projectiles, some are weapons, some are punches. So you can't have one universal thing. Then we're gonna get this skill folder. So skill folder is equal to character folder, regular bracket. You're gonna say skill, go on the outside, you're gonna say dot dot dot. And then you're gonna put skill number, right? Then to finish this up, we're going to get the animation, sound, and play them. So local animation. I'll go more depth on how to do attack stuff in part 2 or part 3 of the series, right? Then we'll say local animation is equal to play. Oh, sorry, is equal to player dot character, right? Dot humanoid load animation. And you're going to want to do skill folder. Sorry, skill folder dot animation, right? Then you're gonna want to do the same thing. So Control C, Control V, rename this to sound, and then simply just gonna do sound. Or sorry, actually, you actually don't need to do all that. You actually don't need to do all that. You're simply going to just retrieve the sound. So you're just gonna do skill folder dot sound. That's all you gotta do. And then you're just gonna say animation play, sound play, right? Very simple, very simple. Then just copy and paste the whole function. So Control C, Control V, Control V. Then change this to character 2, change that to character 2, change that to character 3, and that to character 3, right? It's that simple, and we are almost done, guys. We go back on to the server script, and now we can finish this function. So we're gonna set the if statement. Now we're gonna say if player dot current character dot value is equal to character 1, right? Enter. You're gonna say combat module dot character 1. You're simply gonna send over the player and then the skill number, right? And now we can just copy and paste this and do the same thing 2 more times. So Control C, Control V, Control V. You want to add an else if to this, right? Move that over, move that down, I should say. So else, right? Move that over, and then of course just change this to character 2, character 3, and change this to character 2 and character 3, right? Then I guess move them over just so you know they're all in the same position. And boom, just like that, guys, we are done. This is part 1 of how to make a Battlegrounds game. Let's go ahead and test to make sure everything works. As always, if you guys want access to any of my scripts or models, you guys can become either a channel member or a Discord subscriber. Links to either one of those options can be found in the description. Thank you to all my channel members and Discord subscribers. I appreciate all y'all, bro. Anyway, let's go ahead and test. Okay, so if I open up players, you guys see we have kills, total kills there at the top. So if I click current character, you guys see it by default is character 1. So if you guys see it opens and closes, fades in and out, looks real nice. So if I click character 2, my player refreshed, you guys see I am now character 2 and character 3, right? Oh, well, looks like there is an issue. Skill number. Oh, I didn't even think about it. Dang, I didn't even think about that. See, this is why we testing stuff. Okay, so I forgot. It's set to damn. Okay, I forgot. Okay. How do I want to fix this? Let's see. It'd be a lot of work to convert when I could instead just change. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna change this. Okay. So simply, instead of it being the number for the skill, you want it to be the word of the number, if that makes sense. So instead of skill number 1, just put skill then the word 1, and then the vice versa for the rest of them. It's like I could leave the folders as is and then just convert. And then just convert convert the value, convert the string value to a number value, pass that through. That'd be I don't know. I just feel like that's just unnecessary. I forgot this before, not gonna lie. Okay, I feel like there's a lot of unnecessary work, so I'm just gonna leave that as is. Okay, so if I join the game, right? If I press 1, okay, there's no errors, but obviously nothing is happening and stuff, right? Like, yeah, nothing is happening. But you guys, we're gonna set that up in future videos. If you guys enjoyed part 1 of this series and stuff, definitely let me know in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe to let me know you enjoyed and stuff. And I definitely got y'all with a part 2 and stuff. If this video gets enough love and stuff like that. Or if you guys need help with anything, I know this video, a lot of people are gonna need help because people always be getting confused with the strongest Battlegrounds videos and stuff. So definitely join the Discord server. Link is in the description. We got over 1,000 members. Just for sure join. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Yo, what's good with y'all? In today's video, got part 2 of how to make a Battlegrounds game series. You guys, well, it didn't surprise me, but you guys showed a lot of love part 1. I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys for all the love and support you guys showed on the first part of the series and stuff. Loved all the comments, the likes, everything and stuff. So of course I'm gonna continue the series. I mean, I already knew y'all was gonna love it. So I was like, go ahead and get working on part 2. But yeah, so I got part 2 for you guys. In part 2, we're adding in M1 combat, not doing damage as of yet, but we're adding in we're integrating M1 combat, adding in a weapon character, and changing up some things for better organization. Pretty much introducing combat, but not like finalizing combat, I should say, and stuff. So yeah, if you haven't watched part one, go watch part one, because you need to watch part one first, because as you guys can see, I have a whole bunch of stuff set up already. You need to watch part one first. If you watch part one, then you're good to continue to part two. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Okay, so first things first, just a couple things that are changed. Because I'm not only trying to add stuff, but I'm also trying to make improvements to the stuff I've already done. So if you do find any bugs, issues, anything, let me know in the comment. I will find a workaround and include it in the following part. I'll address it and say, okay, here's this alternative I found or solution. So let's go to server storage, right? First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to insert I want you guys to create a new folder. I already have it made because I really didn't feel like having to write down 4 different animation numbers and then paste it. So you're going to insert another folder just like we did the character folder, and you're going to name this your animation folder. So these are your general animations, but at the same time you could also store character animations here if you wanted. But yeah, these are your general animations. You guys know when you're M1, you know how I know in the strongest battlegrounds it's like left punch, right punch, and then like a special special heavy move, and then the fourth thing is like a kick. I know that, but I did it differently. I just did left punch, right punch, kick. So but you can do whatever way you want, right? So pretty much you want to insert your animation, so insert in animation, right? 4 times. You want to name it one kick, name another knockback, name another left punch, right punch, name it whatever you want, right? These are your animations. This is basic animations for M1, left punch, right punch, knockback, kick. You can go to the toolbox, search a combat animation. You guys can easily find animation like this, right? So yeah, once you have that set up, then you're good. Inside of replicated storage, you want to insert another remote event. I'm doing this honestly for organizational purposes. Like, I'm pretty sure in most games they separate like the core stuff from the combat stuff. I felt like maybe this is better for organization and structure. So we're gonna make another remote event. We're gonna name it combat event, right? Then we're gonna go in the same order to edit the same way we create. We're gonna head on over to Starter GUI, and then we're gonna open up the local core script. We're gonna edit this first, right? And then I'm gonna move to the server side. So only new variable we got is the combat remote event. So let's do local combat event is equal to game.replicated storage, wait for child combat event. Let's add that up there, right? Then if we scroll all the way down, we need to add two new functions, right? Or wait, I might be tripping actually. Hold on. Wait, let me think. No, sorry. We don't need to add 2 new functions. We need to modify this function and then add 1 function. Okay. So yeah. So this is a very simple change. You're just changing this from core event to combat event. We want it to fire that way. We're also going to change it on the server side. And then you want to click this arrow, enter. You're going to do else if. We're going to set up the M1. So we're going to say else if input.user input type is equal to enum.user input type mouse button 1. And of course, processed is equal to false, right? So boom, enter. Then you're simply going to say combat event fire server in quotation marks. All you got to do is put M1. I know it's different from how I did it in the M1 tutorial I made how to make the strongest battleground M1 combat system a couple months ago. I think what was it, like September? I think it's a little different and stuff. You guys are going to see how it's different on the server side, right? So once we finish that, we can move on to the last function we got to add. We're going to say combat event on client event connect function. In parentheses, you're going to put event type. Then enter. You're going to say if event type is equal to toolbar disable. I'm disabling the toolbar. This is to allow players to have weapon, like weapon characters, right? So I'm going to say game get service start GUI, and then I'm going to say set core GUI enabled. Then we're going to say enum.core GUI type backpack comma false. We want to disable the backpack so players cannot see it, right? And then that's all we gotta do on the local side. And then we can move on to the server side. So we can close out the core script, and then we can open up server script service, and we can open up. I was honestly gonna modify the core script first, but I want to knock out Leaderstats first, since there's stuff from Leaderstats we're gonna need that we need to add, and plus it'll take like a second to add this stuff. So we're gonna add two new values, right? The differences with these, like there's no saving. It's going to be similar to current character. There is no saving, so you don't have to worry about adjusting the data stores. So we're simply going to add, oh sorry, not two, we're just adding one more. So we're going to say local attack number here, so I keep track of like what the player needs to do next in terms of in terms of M1s. Like if the attack number is 1, they'll do left punch. If it's 2, they'll do right punch. If it's 3, they'll do a kick, and then it'll restart itself, right? So before I had it handled on the client side, it's definitely better to keep things handled on the server side and stuff, as long as, of course, not too much for performance. So we're going to say attack number is equal to instance.new, and then I'm going to say number value, comma, parent it to the player. Then you're going to say attack number dot name is equal to attack number, right? Then you're going to say attack number dot value is equal to 1 by default. So we're going to start, and then literally that's literally all we have to do to the Leaderstats script. The rest of our modifications will go to the core script, and then a little on the combat script, just one additional function to the combat script. So for the core script, all I did was all I did was add a table. So it's a cooldown table. So I'm gonna say local M1 cooldown. I was thinking just like players on cooldown, but then I was like, might be a little different for, skills and stuff. Skills and M1's a little different. So I was like, maybe just keep it separate, because worst case we just make 2 different tables, which isn't really that big of a deal. So I'm gonna use equal to special brackets how we create a table. So M1 cooldown, right? Then I'm gonna scroll down. Right, and then I'm going to and then we're gonna click this arrow right here. You guys see this for I loop. We're gonna press enter. Command, this is the first event, so character select. We're gonna go under, and then we're going to add the weapon part. This is so that you can have weapon characters. So you're simply going to say if, or sorry, actually hold on. I actually should set this up. Yeah, I should have showed you guys this prior to prior to actually us getting to the core script. So to set up a weapon character, let's get a weapon. So let's go to the toolbox. I'm gonna get the metal bat, because you guys know metal bat's from the strongest battlegrounds, right? So I'm gonna get it. We're gonna turn it into a tool, right? So we have our model. You cannot put a model inside of a tool. Like, it's not gonna work properly. You can only put the parts. So if I insert a tool into the workspace, right, I want to take the part of the tool, not the model, so I can destroy that. But of course, I need to weld everything together. And keep in mind, you need to have a part that says handle. That is where the player's hand is going to. That's how they're going to hold it. It's just convenient that the grip is literally where we need. That there's a part that we can name handle that we want the player's hands to be. If there isn't, you have to create that part yourself. Luckily for me, I can just rename the grip to handle, and then I'm going to insert a weld constraint because the parts do need to be welded together if it's multiple parts. So you're just simply going to weld it together, and then once you've done that, you're good to go. Rename the tool to weapon. You don't need any specific name. You can just do weapon, and then you're going to put it inside of the inside of the character folder. Yeah, the character folder, right? You're going to put it inside of the character folder, and then inside of the character folder, you're simply going to also add in two other things. You're going to add 2 animations. So insert animation. Here's how you can do idle and like movement animations with weapons and stuff, in case people are wondering that. So we're gonna name one idle animation. We're gonna name the other one walk animation. This is walk/run, by the way. So just so people aren't confused. So we're simply going to change it. We're going to change the default animations whenever a player has a weapon character. So you would put your animation ID here. The bucket shot. I forgot mine. Let me see if I can open up the asset manager, so I can see. Yeah, asset manager. And let's see. I don't know if I don't think. Yeah, I don't honestly think. Yeah, I don't think I can access it. Actually, hold on. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. I think I can just go to create. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna just get my animations real quick. But yeah, so you just want to get your animations. Once I find mine. Okay, there we go. The animations. So I'm gonna get my idle. You guys know your idle. Whatever, sword, bat, whatever. And then you want to get your walking, like just generally your movement one, right? So I'm gonna get my animations, and then okay, there you go, right? So once we're back, we're gonna go here, right? So you're gonna put your animation IDs inside of animation ID for each one, and then once you have that set, leave the animations inside of the weapon, the tool itself, and then you close it, and then put it inside of whatever character you want to be a weapon character. That simple. Then we're gonna head on over to the core script, and we're gonna set up the if statement, right? So I'm gonna say if character folder regular bracket character name. We're gonna say find first child. quotation marks, put weapon, right? Enter. You're then gonna say core event, fire client. You're gonna say player, then parentheses. I'm sorry, comma, and then in quotation marks, you're going to put toolbar disable. Remember that's the thing we set up on the client side. Then you're going to clone over the weapon. So we're going to say local weapon is equal to same thing, character folder, character name. Then you're going to say dot weapon. We're going to clone it. So clone, and then you're going to parent it. So parent is equal to not character. Make sure you do player.character. The reason for this is because keep in mind, you guys see how we reloaded the player's character. That means there's now a new character instance. So this is the old one now. So this of no use for this event once you've went past this line. So we have to do player.character from now. We can't do character anymore. Huh. That's actually interesting. Oh, well, speaking of which, we should probably update that as well. I didn't even think about that, but yeah. So we're gonna do player.character, right? So once we've cloned over the player's character and we've parented, make sure you parent it to its character and to the player's character. We don't want them to be able to equip and unequip it stuff. We want it to just be equipped, right? And then we're gonna update the animate stuff. I'll show you guys what I mean because I explained this in my how to make a weapon character video. I went into a lot of detail, so if you're generally interested in how it works, you could just go check it out for more detail. Okay, so if I open up workspace, right, find my character, every player's character is going to have an animate script. This is the default Roblox animate script, handles all of the player animation stuff. We are simply adjusting this, the walk / run, and the idle. We're changing these animation values, right? That is what we are changing so that it switches the default one when you're using a weapon. Or you could just change it if you just want each character to have their own specific animation. It's completely up to you how you want to do it. So I'm going to say player.character.animate, referring to the animate script, and then we're going to say .idle.animation1.animation ID, and we're going to say is equal to character folder, regular bracket, character name, and you say .weapon.idle animation ID. Then we can simply copy and paste this. So Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V. We need to do it, multiple times. So we're gonna change up a couple things for each one. So change this to animation 2. All you gotta do change to the second one is just change this to animation 2. For this, you want to do .animate .run, and then you want to put run NM. Then for this, you want to change this to walk animation. Like I said, walk and run are pretty much, consider it the same thing pretty much. Then for here, we're gonna say walk, then just like we did up there, walk anim, and then change this to walk animation, right? And then just like that, we are almost done with the adjustments. We're gonna add a function for when the player's character, when the player dies, but they're still using the same character. So we're gonna say player character added, connect function, right? And then close parentheses, enter. We need to add an if statement though to check, because the player could have died and then just switch to a new character, right? So we want to double check before we give them the weapon. We're going to say if player dot current character dot value is equal to character folder character. Oh wait, I just realized there's actually no reason to do all that. We could just do character name. My fault. Go to character name. All right. So just to double check to make sure it matches. If it does, we can literally just copy and paste all this. So Control C, Control V. Change this to 2 just to generally just separate them, right? And we're gonna say .weapon clone, right? And just like that, we have now made it so that we can now have weapon characters, right? Then once we're done from there, let me just double check. Okay, I'm good. So then once we're done from there, we're going to delete this, or actually we're gonna move this. So actually, let's not delete it just yet. We're going to create a new function, and then we're going to move this into the other function, right? So let's go ahead and set that up. So I'm going to say combat. I'm going to say, oh, sorry, I forgot to create a variable for the combat event. Let's go ahead and add that. So go up here, do local combat event is equal to game, the replicated storage, wait for child, combat event. And then I'm going to go, let's see. I'm gonna go right here and then say combat event on server event, connect function, in parentheses put event type, comma, arg1, short for argument number 1, and I forgot to put PLR, which is also short for player, right? Then press enter. And then I'm gonna need you guys to give me just 1 second though, cause not gonna lie to y'all, I drank some water before recording, so I gotta pee. Y'all give me 1 second, and then I'm gonna get back to it. All right, guys, we are back. All right, so like I was saying, so with the combat events, we're going to have two events down here, right? Um, I guess first thing we could do is we could let's see. The first thing we could do is we could do the M1 event, and then I'll just drag down the other thing. So we could say, let's say, if actually, let me add my character first. Let's do local character is equal to player dot character. I don't think we really need it, but just add it just in case. And then I'm gonna say if event type is equal to quotation marks, you're gonna put M1, right? And then you can put and not table dot find M1 cooldown player dot name enter, and then you're gonna let's go ahead and drop in other stuff. So literally you can just copy and paste this whole line. So Control C, and then you can just delete it, or you can delete this whole part. So boom. Right, oh, I guess we need the end anyway. So then you're gonna just paste it, Control V, boom. Just that we all we did was just move it down. That's all we did. Then I'm going to what was the name? I'm gonna go ahead and add in the rest of the stuff now. So I'm gonna pretty much handle the cooldown via this part of the script. So I'm gonna say table.insert. If their name is not in the table, then insert their name into the table. I'm gonna say M1 cooldown player.name, right? Then I'm gonna use the comment module, and I'm gonna say comment module.m1. We're gonna add this function when we move. That's the last script we're gonna modify. Then I'm gonna send over the player, right? Then the player's attack number value, right? Then I'm gonna set up an if statement. Here's how I know which wait. Okay, so I'm gonna set up the if statement, right? And here's just literally just so we know, like, okay, we're gonna increase the attack number. So I'm gonna say if player dot attack number dot value is less than 3, then we're simply gonna say player dot attack number dot value is plus equal to 1, right? Then I'm gonna say else if player dot attack number dot value is equal to 3, enter. You're gonna say player dot attack number dot value is equal to 1. We're gonna set it back to 1, right? Then after that, we're just a little bit left, and then we're gonna move on to the module script. We're gonna say task.wait 1 second. Keep in mind, this is however long you want it to be. That's the cooldown I'm going with, because that 1 second should be enough time for an M1 animation to play. But you may mess around with 0.7 and 0.8. You might like that better. Then afterwards, I'm going to say table.remove M1 cooldown, comma, table.find M1 cooldown player.name. Then we're going to remove the name from the table, right? That simple. Then once we're done with that, let me just okay, I'm good. Then once we're done with that, we are going to move on to the module script. As you guys remember, the combat script, which is inside of the core script, right? Then we are going to add the animation folder at the top. So we're going to say local animation folder is equal to game that server storage wait for child animation folder. And then we're going to add the function. We're just going to add it just right up here, simply because it's just M1s are basic, and then each character will have its own abilities. So I'm going to say combat module.m1, just like we named it on the script, is equal to function, in parentheses, put player, comma, attack number, enter, because I remember that's the information we sent over. Then I'm gonna set up in animation track, but I'm not gonna define its value yet. So I'm gonna say local. I'm gonna set up an animation track variable, but not assign its value, assign it a value. So I'm gonna say local AT. Then I'm gonna say if attack number is equal to 1, enter then AT is equal to player dot character dot humanoid load animation, and then you're simply going to say animation folder, regular brackets, quotation marks. Then for the first one, it would be left punch, right? Then you say else if, and then you could just copy and paste this. So Control C, Control V, and then just paste this whole part. Control C, Control V, boom. And then of course you're going to change this to 2, change this to your right punch, change this to 3, and then change this to your kick, right? Then we're going to go on the outside of the if statement, put a space in between, and we're going to say AT play. Like I said, we're going to set up damaging and all that stuff, part 3. So I just wanted to generally integrate and introduce, you know, the M1 combat. So once we're done with that, we're officially done with all the updates, right? And then if I go ahead and click play, let's go ahead and test to make sure everything works. As always, if you guys want access to this scripted model and any of my other scripted models, you guys can become either a channel member or a Discord subscriber. Link to either one of those options can be found in the description. What is the issue? Oh, this, I didn't even notice it was an issue. Did I have an extra end? Oh, well, I had an extra end. So if you were having an issue, then just go back and delete the end. Like I said, I must have accidentally added an extra end. But anyway, yeah. If you guys are interested in any of the files and stuff, you can become either a channel member or Discord subscriber. Link to either one of those options can be found in the description. Let's go ahead and test it. Okay, so if I switch over to character 1, you what just happened? It's weird because I just changed the spawn thing to lead out of position. It's kind of weird, not gonna lie. Okay, I'm gonna just change this back. I mean, it doesn't really make sense to me considering, you know, I'm gonna just change it back simply because it wasn't a problem before. Well, anyway. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna switch to character 1 so we can test the weapon character first. Why does it keep doing that? Oh, I know. Oh, never mind. I know why it's doing. I know why it's doing that. Oh, I also forgot. Okay, yeah. I see the issue now. Okay, I also forgot to mention. I've said this in the past, but I didn't mention this in this video. Make sure the parts aren't anchored. Yes, that's very important. Make sure the parts are not anchored, and you don't want can't collide turned on. You don't want that turned on. It's very important. I forgot. Okay, now if I switch, there we go. You guys see I have the bat. Oh, the animation isn't working. Oh, sorry. The animation isn't working because I'm using R6 right now, and that's how I use my, what is this? I'm going to skill folder, skill 1 is not a file member of folder, character folder, skill number. I'm so confused. What is it talking about? Skill number, skill 1. Interesting. Wait, why would it be? I'm not sure if this was an issue I didn't fix prior, but I probably should, Okay, it's a simple fix. We could just do two number, skill number. Not totally sure why that's, I swear it worked before. Not really sure, but you can just add 2 number with that. So yeah. So okay, so first thing first, I'm gonna demonstrate the M1 because M1, the animations for M1. This is what I got from my previous video. This only works for R6. So let's go to test. Left punch, right punch, kick, boom. Okay, good, it works. Now for the animations for the weapon animations, that is R15. So I'm gonna switch back to that. Then we'll click play, and then we can go ahead and test this. Okay, so if I load up the game, switch to character 1, you guys are gonna see you got my idle animation. Then if I walk, you guys see got my little walk going on, and yeah, that's how you make a weapon character. So here's what I was talking about. If I reset my player's character, you guys see we still have the animations playing and we still have the weapon. But if I switch to character 2, okay, wait, I'm so confused. Wait, what? What? Wait, hold on. What? Why do I have 3 of the same? What is going? Yo, what is going on? I'm not even supposed to be able to see that. I just peeped that. I'm not even supposed to be able to see that. Huh. It seems we have an issue, guys. Let's see. what did I forget? Toolbar disable. Is that not the same thing? Let me see. Toolbar. Yep. Toolbar disable. Yeah, it's the same thing. Oh, I get it. I get it. I get it now. Now I get it. Um. I see. I see. Oh, okay. All right. Let me. Okay. So just okay. So copy that. Paste it again, right? I see the issue. Okay. I think, or at least it'll partially fix the issue. Huh, that's weird. Okay, so if I switch to character 1, I have my weapon. Why do I see? I'm so confused. Why do I see it? I shouldn't see it. The thing should be disabled. Event type is equal to toolbar disable. Core event fire client toolbar disable. Oh, I see the issue. I see the issue. Okay, my fault, guys. I don't know. Okay, my fault, guys. I didn't mean to make this combat event. That's supposed to be core events. That's supposed to be core event. My fault, guys. That's supposed to be core event. Okay, yeah. Sorry, my fault. I'm like, why is this not working? Okay, let's test this now. This is why. See, this is why I started testing after the videos, bro. I mean, like at the end of the video. I need to make sure everything was still working. Okay, so I still have my weapon. I don't see it perfect. Okay, so if I switch to character 2, for some reason, I still have the weapon. I'm not totally sure. Okay, it's weird because it's reloading my player's character, so it shouldn't have. That's weird. Okay, I guess it's just a secondary precaution. I will just clear out my player's inventory. So say, okay, so let's add a for loop. For IV in pairs, we're gonna simply just clear out. We're just gonna simply clear out the can't speak inventory. So I'm gonna say for IV in pairs, character. I guess I'll do it before I kill. Yeah. Where's the issue with this? If character falls, wait, hold on. Let me see something. If player to current character dot value. Okay. Okay. If player. Okay. So if player dot current character dot value is equal to character name. I had this differently. I had this as character folder, character name. So I don't know if that really will change anything. Yeah, like I just know that's how I had it before. That's what I had it as before. Okay, let's test. If not this, then I'll just add a for loop to just destroy my player's inventory. Like just destroy anything that's inside the player's inventory. Okay, see there we go. Now, okay, there we go. Now it doesn't. Okay, now I don't keep it. Okay, anyway. So yeah, so just make those adjustments and everything should be good. Like I said, if there's any issues, you guys just let me know in the comments and I will find a solution. So okay, I don't need that for. Where was the for loop? Dang, I'm getting lost. Where was the for loop? Oh, I guess I deleted it anyway. But yeah, if as always, if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. I already know you guys are showing my love on this video, so expect part 3 probably I guess near the end of December and stuff. And yeah, thank you guys once again for 4,000 subscribers. We're already on the way to 5,000. I really appreciate all the love and support you guys been showing the channel. It means a lot and stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Appreciate y'all for watching. Yo, what's good with y'all? In today's video, I got how to make a Battlegrounds game part 3. Don't worry guys, this is going to be a long series. I'm going to be adding in stuff, fixing stuff, removing stuff. The whole point is just to make improvements as well as add things. I don't want to just keep adding things consistently and then like there's a whole bunch of bugs. Pretty much part 3 is mainly focused on some bug fixes. I'm gonna pull the notes up so I remember everything. Okay, so as you guys can see, I made changes to the M1 system, made pretty much improvements to the M1 system. I fixed some issues and stuff. Shout out to, I can't remember their name, but shout out to whoever commented on my video mentioning, if you're watching this video, thank you for whoever mentioned that you can still select characters. Like they pretty much told me that like you press play, right? You click the character button, you select the character, and then the menu closes and stuff. You could still select characters even while the buttons weren't visible. They were still able to be clicked on but not visible and stuff, along with like other things. So I made the UI inaccessible when it's not visible. I fixed some issues. Like I said, I improved the M1 system and stuff. I didn't want to do too much on one video because I don't want to like a 30-40 minute video. So I don't want to overwhelm you guys. That's why I'm like, okay, let me just focus on bug fixes and then just add improvements to the animation and M1 system. And then, you know, part 4, I can do I guess like specific skills and start adding in like, you know, other stuff like integrating respawnable dummies, ultimate bar, you know, stuff like that. Like it's a process type thing, if that makes sense. So yeah, for anyone who's watching this video for the first time, if you haven't seen part 1 and part 2, you're going to be confused. As you can see, we have a lot of stuff set up, so go watch part 1 and part 2 of the how to make a Battlegrounds game series. So thank you guys for everyone who's been supporting the series. I've been showing the video a lot of love, so of course I got y'all. Expect Jujutsu Kaisen part 2 to drop soon, probably the video next video, like right after this one. Definitely, thank you guys for all the love and support I've been showing on my videos, all the people who've been becoming channel members, Discord subscribers. I really appreciate all the love. All my subscribers, I'm about to hit 5.3 thousand subscribers. I appreciate all the love and support I've been showing, and let me go ahead and get straight into it though. Okay, so first things first, we are going to open up the animation folder. So you guys should remember this. So as you guys can see, it is different. Just to clarify, this is the character folder, you know, with the character and then the skills and stuff. Like I'm not referring to this. I'm not referring to this, just in case people are confused. I'm referring to the animation folder. You guys see how I've changed it, right? So all you got to do, right, just take your animations out, whatever they're in. Like, you know, these are M1 animations, just to clarify. These are M1 animations, just to clarify, right? I'm going to be adding on to it in the future, but for now, it's just M1 animations. So, you simply just want to insert a folder, name it each character. Make sure naming is important. Make sure your names match, you know, the buttons, text, and all that, right? So, character 1, character 2, character 3. So, as you guys know, or if you didn't know, character 1 is a weapon character. Character 2 is just a regular character with no weapon. So, they need different animations, right? So you guys do need your own animations, by the way. So simply, oh, that's glitched. Oh yeah, that's glitched. Dang, it's not the property. Hold on, it's not showing the right properties. So okay, hold on. Let me play and then stop. See if that fixes it. Cause it's doing this. I've had this glitch before, where like it's stuck on one property. Okay, there we go. Anyway, okay. So you have each character, right? Each character has their own M1 animations, right? And then you have the order. So again, some people's games do it differently. I just did one attack, first attack, second attack, then third attack, and then just repeats. Some people have 4 attacks, some may have 5. I saw someone ask about 5, right? So of course you need an animation for each attack. So you would just keep going in the order you want them to play in. So, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many you want. If you just want 2, then 1, 2, and then it'll just repeat, okay? So you just want to insert your animation into the character folder, make sure it's the right character, right? But throw your animation ID in there and then just name it 1, 2, 3, whatever the number, right? And then you guys see just an example. Show you guys. I'm not using the knockback animation because these animations are for R15. My knockback animation is for R6, so I'm gonna have to figure out a solution for that. But that's not for future. That's for future videos, anyway. Of the Battlegrounds series, I'll just figure that out in the future. So yeah. So that's what changes with the animation folder. I hope I explained that well. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments and I got y'all. And stuff, right? Now for the character selector GUI, this is what I was referring to when someone first mentioned it, how you could access the buttons even though they weren't visible. So the way we fix that is by making I know this sounds weird, but we're gonna pretty much disable the buttons by making them not visible. I know we like literally right now we can't see them, but we're going to uncheck the visible property. This way they can't even be clicked. Because like if it's set to if the property visible is set to true, then you'll be able to click on them regardless of whether or not you can see them. I know that may be a little confusing, but sometimes I don't think it is. But yeah, so you just want to select all your character buttons and then just make sure visible is not selected, right? And then once you're done with that, okay, I'm good. Once you're done with that, now we get into the changes to the scripts, right? So let's open up the local script and then let's get into these changes. It's just the local script, it's literally minor changes. We're going to be here for like a minute max. Okay, so pretty much to update it so that we can have it so it makes it visible and not visible, all you simply want to do is go up here, enter, go right above the open tween, and you want to say v.visible is equal to true. This will mean that the text buttons will be set to true. I mean, that the buttons will become visible, right? But of course, remember, since they're text transparency and background transparency set to 1, players won't actually get to see them just by setting this to visible. This is just making it so that they'll slowly appear and stuff, right? Now, for this, we have to do this a little differently for the close tween. So after the close tween is done, we're going to set up a function. We're going to say close tween dot completed connect function. When the close tween is completed, we're then going to say v.visible is equal to false, so they're no longer visible, right? That's all the changes we got to do up here. Then one last change, we're going to go right here. And so we're going to do else if event type is equal to quotation marks. You're going to say joined enter. So this was a bug I found myself. We're pretty much character 1, like I said, is a weapon character. Whenever I join the game, remember how we set it to where by default the player's character is character 1, right? So whenever I joined the game, I noticed I wasn't getting the weapon, and that was because it was only triggering the character select event whenever, like, you know, you're clicking on a button, but of course you need to select the character when a player joins the game, because that's how a Battlegrounds game works. It's not like a RPG where, like, you build your character and then click play in a menu or something. Like, you need to automatically have a character selected. So we're simply just gonna fire the character selecting, right? We're gonna say, not comment event, core event fire server in quotation marks. We want to put character select, comma, you're gonna do this a little differently, quotation marks, and then you're gonna put your whatever your default character is for your game. If it's character 2, put character 2. If it's character 3, whatever, or whatever the name of your characters are and stuff. Like I said, my default character is character 1, so we're gonna put character 1, and then we're gonna add this onto the server side, so you guys will see how it applies there. Then let's go ahead and make a little change to the Leaderstats script. So for Leaderstats, we're going to need to add the core mode event up here, because like I said, we're going to need to fire it. We're pretty much going to fire it when the player joins. We're going to add it to this function. Whenever the player joins, we're going to fire it from server to client back to server. It's pretty much going to fire from the Leaderstats script to the core local script back to the core server script. So then let's set up a variable for the core event. We're going to say local core event is equal to game that replicated storage away for child core event, right? Then made one little change here. This was another bug I found. So I accidentally set the value of the default character to character 1, so it wouldn't even select the proper character and stuff, right? Because as you guys can see here, that the characters, it's character space then the number. So this would never work. So if you left it like this, then make sure you correct it so that it matches whatever the character's name is inside of the folder. They need to match exactly what it is, right? Then above attack number, I'm sorry, not above attack number, below attack number, we're going to add combat status, right? So let's really copy and paste this to save our time. So let's Control C, Control V. You're gonna change this to combat status. I'm introducing combat status. This is literally the first time I've ever introduced this into videos. Now I made videos kind of like, you know, like about blocking and parrying, but this is the first time like I'm actually showing like actual status. And I have a video coming out soon on combat statuses. But anyway, let's Control C, Control V, just paste it over. Boom, combat status. This is going to be a string value, right? And then by default, you're gonna set the value to just blank, just quotation marks, 2 quotation marks. This pretty much is the status of like a player can be attacked. Like they're not doing anything. They're not blocking. They're not attacking. You know, we're gonna add more statuses as time goes on. But for starters, not for this video. For this video, I'm gonna introduce like attacking. Yeah, like attacking and, you know, stun lock. That's what I'm introduce. But for like future videos, of course I'm gonna add, like, you know, there are different priorities to combat status. Like, you know, you have like regular M1s, that you can interrupt, but then you have things like cinematic attacks, like if a player's using like an ultimate ability or something like that, you can't interrupt that stuff, like if it's a cutscene or stuff like that. So that's why combat status is important. Setting combat statuses are important. Then we're going to then I'm gonna do that. Then we're going to fire the motive, and this is what I was talking about. We're going to say core event fire client singular. Make sure it's client. Then you're going to fire it to that specific player, comma, in quotation marks, put joined. That's what I was talking about right here. Boom, joined. So it fires the character. So we're going to select it's going to select the character first, right? Then we're going to set up the hitbox. If you watch my video on how to make hitboxes, you will see this is the exact same code. So this will look very familiar. If you already have it, you could really just copy and paste it to save yourself some time. But yeah, so we're going to say player.character added connect function. Right in parentheses, put character. Enter. So pretty much every time a player dies and stuff, we're going to be creating the hitbox. So we're going to say local hitbox is equal to instance new in quotation marks, put part parented to the character's humanoid root part. Boom. Then we're going to set a whole bunch of properties after we set up the weld constraint. So it's equal to instance new weld constraint. I have a video on hitboxes if you want to hear me talk about it more in depth. So yeah. Anyway, weld constraint dot part 0 is equal to hitbox, and then weld constraint dot part 1 is equal to character that humanoid root part. Then I'm gonna say hitbox that name is equal to quotation marks hitbox, right? I'm gonna say hitbox dot anchored is equal to false. Hitbox, let me scroll down a little bit. Hitbox dot massless is equal to true. Hitbox dot can collide is equal to false. Hitbox dot can touch is equal to false. Then hitbox dot transparency is equal to 1. Hitbox dot size is equal to vector3 dot new, and then in parentheses you're going to put 5 comma 6 comma 2.5, but the exact sizing is up to you guys. This is what I went with. And then, I mean, you can set the color, not that it really matters in all honesty, but you could say hitbox. Like if you want to see the hitboxes, then I would recommend doing this. Like, you know, like for testing, of course, not like in the actual game. But yeah, you would set the color to a nice red. And then lastly, we're gonna pivot it. We're gonna say pivot to. We're gonna set it C frame. So pivot to character dot humanoid root part dot C frame. Boom. And just like that, we are done on the server side. Or sorry, we're done with the Leaderstats script. We can then move to the core server script and stuff, right? So let's move to the core server script. So over on the core server script, so like I said, I made a fix here. So there was a glitch here where it wasn't giving me it wasn't giving me the weapon when I respawned and stuff. So to fix that, I simply just I deleted this whole search thing, and I just pretty much said if it matches the character's name. Yeah, if it just matches the character's name stuff, and that fixed it. And yeah, that fixed it. Oh, just as a reminder, if you guys are using, like, you know, you guys are doing what I'm doing, like you set up the system and stuff, if you are encountering any bugs and stuff, now if you go and do something, like you change something and stuff and you're encountering bugs, then no, that's not a fix. But if like y'all set it up the way I set it up and you're encountering any bugs, fixes, people can abuse this or that, please leave a comment, DM me, let me know stuff, because that's what other people did, and that's how I was able to fix this stuff. Because I do test the stuff to make sure it works, but I'm not spending hours, you know, finding every bug. So let me know in the comments if there's any issues, and I will take note of it and I will fix it and stuff. So just let me know, and then of course in part 4 I'll address it, and then you can have your fix there if you haven't already fixed it yourself. But still let me know though, because you know, other people, and just to let other people, in case other people don't know about the bug, whatever. Moving on, we're gonna scroll down here. So we're gonna like I said, I made some improvements to the M1 system. So for this, you're gonna say you're going to leave this as is. You're gonna go after this line, and then you're gonna say and player.combat status.value is equal to, in quotation marks, is equal to, in quotation marks, stun locked. I might remove the tables and so like the cooldown tables and just rely on statuses. That's what I might do, but I'm not sure yet. But and that wouldn't be done like to like a future, like part 5 or part 6 and stuff. But I'll think about how I wanna go from here. But anyway, so yeah, so you add that, and then I want to say, yeah, actually, yeah, we leave the rest of everything. We leave all that the same. We do edit the skill a little differently. There was a bug with it. I honestly don't know how I got this to work the first time, unless I just didn't test it. Like, I'm starting to think I really just didn't test this. The skills, like I ran into an issue with the skills. I don't know. But anyway, so here's how I fixed it, because it was pretty much just sending over the words of the like the word version of the number instead of the like, or the string version of the number, which would mean like it was sending like 1 instead of 1, right? So it would be, you guys see how here it's skill 1, it would be skill 1 instead of skill 1. So we're just gonna set the skill number value. We're just gonna set it correctly. So we're gonna say if skill number is equal to, in quotation marks, 1, enter. You're gonna say skill number is equal to 1. You guys see what's going on here. Pretty simple. Else if skill number is equal to, quotation marks, 2, then skill number is equal to 2. Else if skill number is equal to 3, enter. Skill number is equal to 3, right? And then else if skill number is equal to 4, then skill number is equal to 4. Boom, right? Nice and simple. Let me double check. Okay, wait. Okay, I'm good. Anyway, so yeah, so once you're done with that, we set the skill number, we're good to go. Now we move on to the module script, which is a few more adjustments. Okay, yeah, okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even realize it opened correctly. Okay, so here, slight fix with this. So I fixed the issue because the error was coming from here stuff. So you don't really have to fix anything here. The only thing I would just say was like change this. Like I forgot to change the names. So character 2, character 3. That's really the only thing, but that's not really an issue. But we go up here, right? And I actually shortened this. Well, technically that's not true. I really just changed the way this is done and stuff. So let's do it like this. So you can really just delete everything, right? First things first, you're gonna get the player's character. We're gonna say local character is equal to player.character. And then you're going to set up the animation track. You're gonna say local AT is equal to character.humanoid, load animation. Then you're going to put the animation folder, regular bracket, you're gonna say player dot current character dot value. This is how we know which character the player is using. Then you're gonna go in between the regular bracket in parentheses, and then you're gonna put another bracket, right? You're gonna put another bracket in between, and then you're gonna say to string attack number, right? So you're gonna convert it to a string. Then afterwards, you're going to say AT player, right? Then you don't have to set it up for each one. Then we're gonna get the hitbox. We're gonna say local hitbox is equal to character dot humanoid root parts dot hitbox, right? Then we're gonna say hitbox, and we're gonna enable can't touch so that so hitbox can make contact with things, right? Then we're gonna say hitbox dot touched connect function in parentheses put hit enter, right? Then we're gonna have a long if statement. We're gonna say first if hit dot parent find first child in parentheses, and then in quotation marks you're gonna put humanoid first. Make sure it's either an NPC. Oh, so by the way, so the way the M1 system works, you can only test this with NPC players or real players. So you'd have to click test and then play and stuff. So yeah, you'd have to test like that because it relies on combat status, which combat status are only put inside of actual players, not NPCs. So that's the first making sure they have the humanoid, then making sure that the names don't match, so the player isn't attacking themselves. So nil equal to player.name, and then game.players find first child. Then you're gonna put hit.parent. And this is to ensure it's a player. But what's more important is really to see the combat status. So combat status dot value is equal to quotation marks. I'll probably change this in the future, but this is just what's going to be now, so that we know that the player is not stun locked. And of course, we need to make sure that the hitbox that can touch is equal to true. Boom, and just like that, enter. Right, and then I was honestly wondering where the arrow was coming from, but anyway, then we're gonna get the enemy character. We're gonna say local enemy character. I did not include knockback in this simply because like I said, the knockback animation, I have to find another one, but I have videos on knockback if you guys are interested to see how that works. Anyway, we're gonna say enemy character is equal to hit.parent, right? Then I'm gonna get the enemy player. I'm gonna say enemy player is equal to game.players find first child enemy character.name. Then I'm gonna say enemy player.combat status.value is equal to quotation marks stun locked, that they can't turn around and just punch the person attacking them. Then I'm going to say player.combat status.value is equal to quotation. Oh, sorry, I did this wrong. Just one equal sign is equal to quotation marks. You're going to put attacking in parentheses M1. Because of course we need to clarify which attack, because if it's like an ultimate or something, you obviously aren't going to be able to interrupt that with M1, right? Then you're going to, of course, take away their health. So enemy character.humanoid. That health is less than or equal to 10, or however much damage you want to do. Then you're going to wait. So I found that waiting 0.8 seconds works for my animations. You guys may have to adjust this time. Just adjust the time to make sure the player isn't losing too much health. Like they aren't getting double hit or anything, just stuff like that. It's supposed to match with your animations. Then you're going to say enemy player dot combat status dot value is equal to quotation marks. So they're no longer stun locked. Then you're going to go after, you're going to click that arrow and go after the function. And then you're going to say at.ended, which pretty much means the M1 animation has concluded. So once that's finished, boom, you're then going to make it so that the hitbox can no longer be touched. And then you're going to set the player's combat status back to regular. That value is equal to his quotation marks, right? And then boom, just like that, guys, we are done stuff. Because it took like, what was it, like 20 minutes? Yeah, 20 minutes. But like I said, this video was more so for just fixing and adjust. I don't know. I said fix. I don't know what happened. It's like I had a list for a second. Anyway, this video was mainly for fixing and adjusting things and stuff. But yeah, as always, if you guys want access to any of my scripts and models, you guys can become either a channel member or a Discord subscriber. Oh, did I never remove those? Oh, I never. Wait, I'm confused. I didn't remove the breakpoints. Wait, what is it talking about? That's not from the current one? What is it talking about? Oh, I see. Okay, here. I'm not totally sure why. I don't know if is it because I just didn't publish it or something? Because I inserted breakpoints onto the scripts so I know what I changed. Because it's a long script. I don't know, maybe I just had to publish it. I don't know if maybe that's why. So like I'll just publish it with the changes. But anyway, so like I was saying, if you guys want access to any of my scripts and models, you guys can become either a channel member or a Discord subscriber. Link to be found in the description. I highly recommend it. Everyone has said that they don't regret buying it and stuff. They enjoy it because you get all the files and scripts, and I can help you with stuff one-on-one. As long as it's my stuff. But let's go ahead and test the mission. Okay, there we go. Now we're good. Once it loads, here's how you guys are gonna have to test, unless you guys just have people to test with. Okay, there we go. So, as you guys can see, I spawned out my character. This was one of the fixes and stuff, because it wasn't spawning in with like the bat. It was spawning in with the weapon and stuff. Okay, so let's see. Okay, there is an issue because I'm left clicking. Nothing is happening. What's going on? I'm left clicking. There's no errors on the server side. What is going on right now? Huh. See, this is why I always test. This is why I started testing, because for stuff like this. What is going on? Why isn't it doing anything? Wait, let me see. Is it changing my status? This is player 1. Okay. So combat status. Oh, so it's just not triggering that function at all. Okay. Alright, so let's go back. Let's go figure this out, guys. Okay. So that must mean this function must not be getting called. Comment module.m1. Oh, I see what I did wrong. My fault, guys. I meant it's not an equal sign here. Nil equal. Sorry. Pretty much it was saying a play, like the way we had it. It was only gonna let us use an M1 attack if the player was stun locked, which obviously doesn't make any sense. Stuff. That's the problem. Okay. Yeah, so just change that to a nil equal to sign, and then you should be good. Let's see what this is talking about. I mean, I feel like they improved the time. I don't know. Like, it just feels like you load it faster when it comes to testing. So I don't think this works when spawn chills are on. Not totally sure. I'm just going to wait for spawn chills to go off, and then we're going to see. Okay. There we go. As you guys can see, there we go. We got the M1 system and stuff. I haven't added sound effects. I probably should add sound effects, but yeah. I'll probably do that in part 4. But yeah. So I sound effects and stuff. That's how you do. That's how you make the improvements to the M1 system and stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave subscribe. I got you with part 4. Y'all already know I'm gonna continue the series, but of course continue to show it love. I greatly appreciate it. If you guys need any help, join my Discord server. I have some helpers that are they are eager and waiting for you guys. Got my boy Origami, as well as Sticks, and some other people that are waiting to help you guys. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next video. Yeah. Yo, what's good with y'all? In today's video, I'm about to show you guys how to make a Battlegrounds game. This is how to make a Battlegrounds game part. Damn, what is this? Is this 4 or 5? I think this is 4. Not gonna lie. I think this is 4. Honestly, I forgot. But anyway, so if you haven't seen the other parts and stuff of the series, go watch those parts first, because you're gonna be very confused. As you can clearly see, we already have stuff set up. If you already watched those first couple parts, then you should know. Like everything should look familiar and all that stuff. So this video is mainly focused on improvements and stuff. It's another improvement video. I made some changes and stuff to simplify things. make things easier, decide to change things. I was planning to do hotbar integration, but then I decided to do changes and fixes for some stuff. And then I'm going to do hotbar integration in I think this is part 4. Yeah, I think this is part 4. So I'm going to do hotbar in part 5 of the series and stuff, right at the hotbar, so you can see with the abilities and all that, right? But yeah, let's go ahead and get straight into the video. So first things first, okay, so I did get a sound from the toolbox. Go to audio, type in punch, you should be able to find a sound. This is a swing sound I got. This is for the player I'm using, the player that I'm going to be, testing with to make sure the M1s work and everything, right? Now to go over changes. Okay, so first things first, right? Let's see, how do I want to start this off? Well, first things first is go ahead and delete this remote event. We no longer need the combat remote event. I actually realized when I was making the Jujutsu Kaisen series and stuff. If you watch my other series, you'll notice that like the way I make stuff is very similar. It's all like I follow the same format, but of course that format changes as I'm like, wait, I could just do things like this. So that's why I ended up changing how some of this works. So yeah, delete the combat remote event. We just need the core remote event, right? So before we get into the actual scripts, we need to make some changes to the way the folders are, because I've had people like ping me, they create posts and scripting supports, they comment and stuff like asking about stuff involving the weapon character and all that. So I'm gonna explain something. So actually I'm gonna change something, I should say. Okay, so first things first, you guys know how we had the whole thing where like if you put a weapon inside of a character, put a tool inside of a character and you name it weapon, then that would be the character's weapon and stuff, right? But what I didn't account for is that, all characters have their own idle and walk animations. Like, say, even if the character doesn't have a weapon necessarily, say if you still want them to have their own type of walk and run and all, whatever the case, right? Then you would still then the animations wouldn't work because it's under the weapon character. So I'm going to change it to where the animations work regardless if the character has a weapon or not. And this is assuming you have custom animations for each character and stuff. If you just want them to have the Roblox animations, the default Roblox animations, then you don't really have to include this, but I would recommend doing it anyway. So yeah, so you're going to take your idle and walk animation, right? Or whatever animations you got for just generally movement and stuff. Remember, we put it inside the character's weapon, right? You're going to take that over to the animation folder, find your character, and then you're going to throw that inside of that character's animation folder, right? So you're just taking out the weapon, boom, right? Now as for the skills, you're going to leave the animation side of each skill. I want to keep it like that. These you guys remember the animation folder, right? So the animations that are going to be inside of each character folder, they're simply going to be for movement animations, idle, walk, run, whatever, and M1 animations, right? So that means we're going to need to change these. So I just realized. Damn, I just realized I didn't even, because I got new IDs. I didn't even, damn, I just realized that. Anyway, okay. So I'll just figure that out later. Anyway, so we're going to rename these. Do you guys remember how it's 1, 2, 3, and these are our M1 animations. So we're going to change this. You're going to name all of them M1. Then in parentheses, you're going to put, whichever the attack number, right? So this is the first one. So M1 in parentheses 1, then keep up the pattern. M1 parentheses 2. Then for the third one, M1 parentheses 3, right? That's simple. So once you've done that, you are good to go. And then of course, update it for all your other characters and stuff, right? Whatever, however many other characters you have, we're gonna do that for them as well. So M1, 2, and then M1, 3, right? Boom. And just like that, guys, we are done with all the folders and stuff. And then yeah, just make sure you do that for all the characters. Right, so you just put all the animations inside of them, and you more than likely would have your own custom knockback animation for each different character, depending on how that works and stuff. But it's up to you, right? So we're done adjusting things in the animation folders and stuff, right? Let's move to the local script. So if we open up starter GUI, open up the character select GUI, open up the core script and stuff, we have a slight change and stuff, which we should only be here for literally like a second. Someone delete the combat event remote. Delete the combat event variable. Of course, we don't need that anymore. We can scroll down here, change this to core event, change the combat event to core event, right? And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna go right here, and then you put quotation marks, combat, quotation marks again, comma, right? We're gonna have M1s and skills under the same event type. We're just gonna check to see which combat type it is. So then do the same thing, quotation marks, combat, comma, right? And then you're gonna I think that's actually, yeah, combat skill. Oh, I did this wrong. Oh, my bad. There we go. So yeah. So once you generate that, yeah, you're just gonna do core event fire server, and then see that, guys, we are good on local script. Now we can go to the server script. Okay, so open up core scripts, right? We're gonna open up the core script, and then we're going to same thing, delete the combat remote event, right? You also don't need the M1 cooldown table anymore, since I figured out since I made an attack status, or no, sorry, combat status system and stuff. And I dropped that video, well, at the time. Well, the time I'm recording this, I haven't dropped it. It drops tomorrow, but it should be, it's been out by the time you guys are watching this. But anyway, okay, so if I scroll down, let's see. First things first, I want to make some adjustments here, right? So we're going to change, because you guys see how to set the idle animation and all that, right? We have to adjust how this looks, right? So first things first, I want to copy and paste this. So I'm going to Control C. Control V. I want to go on the outside of the character added. This is, or sorry, the inside of the character added. This is just to ensure that the player's animations are updated even if they don't have a weapon character. Wait, okay. Oh wait, never. Sorry, never. You know what? Never mind. I remember. I changed my mind about this actually. So yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna need to change how we reference this. So that's like the left side of the code. Everything to the left side of the equal sign is all good. It's the right side we're worried about. So you guys see how we no longer using the character folder to get our animations for idle and walk animations, right? We're using the animation folder. So we need to go up here and create a variable for the animation folder. So enter, we're gonna say local animation folder is equal to game.server storage, wait for child, animation folder, right? And then I'm going to say animation folder, right? You're going to say animation folder, delete the weapon, the dot weapon part, and then we should be good because it's the animation folder, the specific character, and then you'll find the idle and walk. So simply you're going to do the same thing. So just Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V, then delete the dot weapon part, and then boom. Then you can go ahead and copy and paste this, Control C, and then just paste this over this, Control V, and then boom, we are done updating that part. Then we can go down here. I'm gonna delete this whole thing, but I mean you could take stuff from it, because like we're gonna be able to save time. Yeah, I feel like we'll be able to save time by copy and pasting stuff. So we're gonna leave that how it is right now. So I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna click the little drop down arrow, right? I'm gonna go right here, this end, press enter, then you can do else if event type is equal to quotation marks, you're going to put combat, then enter. You're gonna go up here and then you're going to add an argument. You're gonna say comma arg2, right? Since we're gonna, we have the player, then if we go here for here for example, right? We have the event type, argument 1, and then now argument 2. That's why we need to add a second argument, right? So we're gonna go here. So for the combat event, we already have our player's character. We're going to we need to check to see which combat type it is, right? So we're going to set the player's combat status. So let's say character dot combat status. If you're confused as to why we're referencing the combat status from the character, I'm going to explain that when we get to the Leaderstats script, as I changed it from being parented to the player to being parented to the character, since it's just easier because it'll reset every time the player dies and stuff. We don't have to manually reset it. Saves us some time. So I'm going to say combat status dot value is equal to, in quotation marks, you're going to put attacking, right? Then I'm going to set an if statement. I'm sorry. First thing first, let me get the attack type, of course. I'm going to say local attack type is equal to R1. And then I'm going to say, or sorry, not attack. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I ate some food and I'm kind of tired. I ain't gonna lie. But anyway, we're gonna do combat type, not attack type. So we're gonna do combat type, right? So we're gonna say if combat type is equal to, in quotation marks, M1, right? Then enter, you're gonna say combat module dot M1, or sorry, dot M1. And then of course you're gonna send over the player, and then the character's attack number, which is also parented to the character now. Then dot value, right? We're going to send that over. Then, we're going to have our if statement. So we're going to drag that from down here. So you're going to drag this part here. So you could Control C and Control V. Boom, right? And then you can really delete. You can really delete that stuff. Oh, I actually forgot to include something up here. So of course we need to check the player's combat stats to make sure they're not, currently like stun locked or anything. So we're just going to say and character dot combat status dot value is equal to quotation marks, right? So we finished M1. Now we're gonna move on to the skill, right? So once we've dragged that, we're gonna say enter then else. If combat type is equal to in quotation marks, you're gonna put skill then enter, right? And then we're going to drag this part. So you're literally just gonna drag this, just drag and drop. So Control C, well not really drag and drop, but just copy and paste. Control C, Control V, and then while we're gonna bring this over, we're doing this differently. So you can just copy and paste the first one. So you could just Control C, and then Control V at the end, right? So we're gonna change this. We're going to, you can delete this part. You're gonna say comment module, regular brackets. Then you're gonna say character dot current character value, right? Then you're gonna do parentheses, player, comma, skill number, boom. So we don't have to actually, you have a whole if statement and whatnot. We can just have one line that handles the entire thing instead of like 5 to 6 lines, right? So then guys, we can go ahead and just delete this whole thing. So from line 89 to 126, we can just delete the whole thing by 40 lines, right? And just like that, we have shortened it by a lot. We've shortened it, simplified it, made it much easier in my opinion. Is that right? So just like that, we are done with the changes to the core server script. We can now move on to the changes to the leaderstat script. So you're simply just gonna copy and paste the attack number and combat status. Control C. You're just gonna take that and then you're gonna put it inside the character added, right? And then you're gonna say Control V and then just change player to character, right? We're parenting it to the character now, right? And then yeah, that's all you have to do on the on the leaderstats wise. Then we're going to open up the combat module or combat scripts and stuff. This is the combat module. I honestly want to wait, combat script. I honestly want to rename this to combat module, but it doesn't really matter. So then we're gonna go here, right? And we're gonna change how combat is. If you haven't seen my most recent video with hitbox and stuff, I now do combat via hitboxes and raycasting, which in my opinion, and a lot of people have told me before too, that touched is horrible to use for combat. Stuff raycasting is so much better, especially now that I learned how to fully use it with hitboxes. Stuff it's so much better. So we're gonna change how this works. So first things first, let me get the sound service. So, we have our sound effects. So I'm gonna say local ss is equal to game hit service sound service, right? Let me just double check. Okay, I'm good. Right. So we're gonna change how the M1 is done and stuff. So we're gonna delete some things, add some things. Okay, so for here we're going to say okay. So here we're just gonna say this in quotation marks. You're gonna put M1, right? Then you're gonna put the left parenthesis quotation mark dot dot dot, right? You put a space if you want. Then after we convert it, we're going to put dot 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 quotation marks. Then you're gonna put the right parenthesis, right? Then we can really delete all the stuff with the hitbox because it doesn't matter. The hitbox just needs to exist. We don't actually have to like do anything with it, right? So honestly, I'd say we could really delete. Yeah, you could really just delete the whole function. Honestly, just delete the whole function. Then you can delete that part, and then you don't need that part. So yeah. Now moving on to we're going to set up the recasting. So first thing first, let's get the start position. We're gonna say local start. If I know how to spell correctly, start position is equal to character dot humanoid root part dot hitbox dot position, right? Then for the direction, we're gonna say local direction is equal to character dot humanoid root part dot hitbox dot c frame dot look vector. Then we're gonna set up our raycast params. We're gonna say local raycast params is equal to raycast params dot new enter. Then you're gonna say raycast params dot filter type is equal to enum dot raycast filter type dot exclude. Then raycast params dot filter descendants instances is equal to special brackets. And you're gonna say character get descendant, right? Then we set up the raycast, and now we'll cast array. We're gonna say local array is equal to workspace raycast. For the origin, that'll be our start position. Start position, comma, then our direction. Then you're gonna multiply it times whatever your multiplier is. I personally went with 3, but you could do like 5, 6. Just mess around with the number till you get whatever you want, right? Then comma, raycast params. We're gonna throw our parameters in there. Then we're gonna set the if statement to make sure, or just generally to see if we made contact with a player. They're within range, or NPC, whatever. You're gonna say if ray. You're gonna say if ray and ray.instance. So one, the ray was casted, and then make sure that it made contact with something. Then I'm going to check if it's either a player or an NPC. I'm going to say ray.instance.parent find first child in quotation marks but humanoid. I accidentally capitalized the I. It's lowercase. Ray.instance.parent, right? And then lastly, we're going to check the combat status. So you're going to say and ray.instance.parent.combat status is equal to, that value is equal to quotation marks, then enter, right? And then we can simply do our damage. So we're going to create a variable for the enemy character. We're going to say local enemy character is equal to ray.instance.parent, right? Then we are going to set the enemy character's combat status. So combat status dot value is equal to, in quotation marks, attacked, right? And then we're going to, do damage. We're going to say enemy character that humanoid, that health is, I don't know, less than equal to 5, I guess. And then we're going to set their status back. So we could really just copy and paste this. So you could just Control C, Control V, and then just delete the attacked. You could put a test.wait in between this, like right here and stuff. If you're experiencing issues where like the enemy character is still able to attack while like they're being attacked, then you could put like a test.wait 0.1 or 0.2 seconds here to create a kind of delay effect, right? But yeah. And then I think that was really it, honestly. And then here we set it back. Oh, well, I got to change this. So character.combat status, right? And then that reminds me. Okay, so I updated here. I just want to make sure I parented everything. Oh yeah, see. I had thought as much. I forgot to update the things here. So one, this is supposed to be character since we parented to the character now. So Control C, Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V, right? And then okay, so all that checks out and stuff. So yeah, so just that, guys, we're good. We can go ahead and test to make sure everything is working accordingly, right? Hold on, let me see something. If I bring up the asset manager, I'm curious, can I get the most recent? Oh wait, no, that's not how that works. Oh no, that's not how it works. Anyway, so let's go ahead and test to make sure everything works correctly, right? And stuff. Like I said, in part 4, the next one will be, I'll be including hotbar and stuff. But as always, if you guys want access to any one of my scripts and models, you guys can become either a channel member or a Discord subscriber. Link to either one of those options can be found in the description. Okay, so as you guys can see, our animations are working good and stuff. The M1, the reason why it's not playing the 3 different ones is because the 2 animations, I forgot to switch the animations and stuff. But yeah, I forgot to change the IDs, but I think everything is working. Let me look here, but I'm pretty sure everything is working correctly. If I go to, where's attack? Okay, there we go. Yeah, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. Okay, yeah. So everything is working correctly. And then if I were to drop in a rig so we could test, I'll drop in a rig to test it. Now, if you want to test with NPCs, I'll show you guys how you can test with NPCs, right? You would go to avatar, rig builder, block avatar. You would get your NPC, and then you would insert a string value, and then you would rename the value to combat status, and then you would just leave it as it is, so that they could be attacked. So combat status, and then boom. So there is no animation. Like I said, the animation, it won't really work right now. But let's see. Okay, there we go. So we're dealing damage. There we go. Okay, so it works and stuff. But yeah. Oh wait, I just realized the sound isn't playing. Interesting. Oh, I forgot to include that. That's what it is. Okay, so I'm gonna go right after the animation plays, and then I'm gonna say ss dot. What was it? I forgot what I named it. Swing is what it is. Swing. We're gonna say ss dot swing play. Yeah, that's part 4 of how to make a Battlegrounds game stuff. Part 5 will include hotbar integration stuff. If there are any features, anything you guys want to see me include, any issues, bugs you're experiencing, leave them in the comments or DM me stuff on my server or whatnot, and then I will definitely fix them for the next part. So thank you guys for watching the video and supporting the series. I really do appreciate it. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Like I said, if you want access to either one of my scripts or models, you guys can become either a channel member or a Discord subscriber. Link to either one of those options can be found in the description. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Yo, what's good with you? On today's video, we got how to make a Battlegrounds game. Pretty sure this is part 5. stuff. This video is gonna be, it's a shorter video compared to the other videos. I just want to get out hotbar. This is as you can see in the title, is covering the hotbar. We're gonna integrate the hotbar where we have a custom hotbar with the 1, 2, 3, 4 keys and then the name of the ability, so the player knows what ability for each keybind, right? And then part 6 will include the ultimate bar and stuff. I just want to let people know it's going to be a shorter video simply because I didn't really have time to start working on the ultimate bar, so I was just going to knock out the hot bar since that was easier. But yeah, let's go ahead and get straight into it. Okay, so first things first, we need to of course make the Hotbar GUI. So I'm going to insert a screen GUI into starter GUI. I'm going to rename set GUI Hotbar GUI, right? I'm gonna name it Hotbar GUI. Did I go to capital B? Well, I did go to capital B, yeah. Because I guess that is 2 different words. So yeah, and then of course we're going to disable reset on spawn, right? And then I'm gonna go ahead and insert a frame into the hotbar, and then I'm gonna name this frame hotbar frame, and then of course we're just gonna move it, like somewhere down here, right? Let's see. Let me change the size, so let's get the sizing right. So I think about 400, I think 400 by 100 should be good, because it really doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be like giant or anything. Then we'll set the background transparency equal to 1, right? Then I'm going to go ahead and insert a UI grid layout, right? This will control the sizing and positioning, so I do want a good amount of space, so let's put like 10, right? And then as for the icons, let me not even mess around with the numbers. Let me just go ahead and just get an idea. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna insert a text label and stuff. This is just simply so I can get the size, so I can just know what type of size I'm gonna go for here. I think 50 by 50 is good. Yeah, like a 50 by 50 box, it should be good. Maybe increase it to like okay, not a 70 maybe. Not, yeah, I think 50 by 50 is actually good. Let me see. Let me test the text. Let me try. Okay, I don't know. Fire fist. Okay, yeah. And then if we scale the text, ugh, that's the only thing, because I don't know. Might actually have to make it. Yeah, might have to make the size just a little bit long. Maybe do like 70. That looks too. Looks so janky. Okay, you know what? It don't even matter. We're just gonna do 50. We're just gonna go 50. You guys can go whatever size you want, so it doesn't really matter. Y'all can do whatever y'all want. But for me, I'm gonna go 50 by 50. So boom, 50 on the X, 50 on the Y, right? And then 10, 5. And now I'm gonna insert my text label. So I'm gonna insert my first text label. So boom, insert a text label into the hotbar frame, right? I'm gonna go ahead and, well, actually, it's actually up a little bit too far. Let me make this, I don't know, how do I want to do this? I think I want to make the frame a little bit smaller, honestly. Like, set it to, no, not just that. Like, set this to like 70. And then make it, hold on. Let me make the background visible so I can just drag it down some more. Yeah, just like right there. Boom. Right now we're going to rename this text label. Here's how we're going to name all of them. We're going to go skill 1 text label. If you notice, we're trying to get it to match here, right? Skill 1, then just the 2 words, text and label, right? So we have our skill 1 text label. So, following battleground standards, we're going to do 0.5 background transparency. The background will of course be black, or sorry, not black, like a dark grayish color. But again, you guys can choose what you guys can go about it whatever way you want. Then of course there will actually be no text. Well, by default, I should say. We're gonna set the text. So, but rich text, scale text. You want the text color to be white, and then we could do black text stroke. And then, like I said, no default text. Boom, right? That's skill 1 text label. Now we're going to actually duplicate this, and you're gonna insert this what you just duplicated into it, right? So it's gonna probably do some weird stuff like that, right? You're gonna want to rename the text label that we just inserted into it. You're gonna want to rename this to skill 1 keybind. Skill 1 keybind text label, and it's as the name implies, this will be the keybind. So we need to obviously make this smaller, and these are not going to have into a background. It's going to be very, very small. So background transparency is 1, of course. And then for sizing, 50 by 50. Now this you do want to have text. So you're gonna put whatever the keybinds are for your game. So usually most games it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a little, yeah, it's a little too giant right now. Let's make it maybe like 25, and then like place it at the top. Boom, there we go. But like I said, everything is all up to you guys. There we go. Now we have it. So all we gotta do now is just duplicate this. Since I have 4 abilities, then we'll just do it. We'll duplicate it 3 times. Select it, Control D, 1, 2, 3, and then literally now it's just renaming. That's what we're gonna do. So skill 2. Make sure you go through and double check to make sure each one is has its own individual name, like skill 1, skill 2, skill 3. You don't want any of them to have the same exact name. So boom, skill 3, and then boom, skill 4. Okay, there we go. And just like that, guys, we have set up our hotbar, right? Oh, well, I actually forgot. I need to set the text. I also need to make sure you also update the text. So 1, 2, and then 3, and then 4. Okay, now we are good to go. Since we're done with that, we can move on to one other change. So I do have some other small changes. So you guys know how we normally have the core script, the local core script inside of the character selector GUI. If you pay attention to my other series, you would know I usually put this inside of the starter player scripts, as it's just better in my opinion to keep it there. So we're actually going to move it there. So you're going to want to move the core script, the local version, from the character selector GUI into starter player scripts, right? Then we're going to make some changes to the script once we get there. One last thing I want to do before we get to the actual scripting changes is I want to insert a string value into each skill. Okay, and I actually forgot to delete that. Oh, well, I forgot to delete that. I'll just delete it now and then just go through it with y'all. So delete that anyway. Okay, so here's what you want to do, right? You guys notice how this is how we identify what skill is for each individual character, but we need to put it in exact a name and stuff, because players they don't want to see just skill 1. They need to know what the name is, what the name implies, so they know, okay, this attack has fire, this attack has ice, whatever, right? So you're going to want to insert a string value into the skill folder. Then the name is going to be skill name for all of them, and then you're going to set the value of the string value to whatever the name is. So I'm just put like fire first. This is an example, so that's what you will put, right? So then we're going to duplicate this, Control D, Control D, Control D, and then you're just going to drop it into each individual skill. And then make sure you do this for each character and stuff. I'm only doing this for one character, as there's not really a point for me to sit here and do it for all of them stuff, right? So Fire Fist, and then for the other ones, I'm just going to change it. I'm just going to change it to skill 2, skill 3, the names. It's going to give the first one an actually unique name, and everything else just have default names, right? Skill 4, right? Boom. Now that we're done with that, we can move on to the script. We can actually move on now to the script changes, right? Let's open up the local script. Or local script. So of course we need to change how we reference the character selector GUI since it's no longer parented. We're going to say player.player GUI, wait for child, character selector GUI. Then we're going to create a variable for our hotbar GUI. I'm going to say local hotbar GUI is equal to same thing, player.player GUI, wait for child, hotbar GUI, right? Then I'm going to scroll down here and we're going to add in an event. So we're gonna go down here, enter, we're gonna say else if event type is equal to, in quotation marks, hotbar update, as the name implies. This is, we're gonna update the hotbar with all the player's skills, right? So first things first is skill number. Oh, I forgot to delete this too. You know what? I'm gonna start reverting back. But anyway, okay, so I know you guys probably don't have this. Add this. So simply just, comma after arg1, then arg2, right? So the skill number, this is going to be the number of the skill, 1, 2, 3, or 4. So we know which text label to update, right? So this is going to be argument 1. Then we have the skill name, which of course is the name of said skill. So we know what the text is going to say. So that's equal to argument 2, right? So we're going to use a for I loop. We're going to say for iv in pairs, hotbar GUI dot hotbar frame, get children, enter. You're going to say if v.name is equal to skill number dot quotation marks. This is why, okay, now I'm going to do that. This is why I said naming is important. So text label, this is why I said naming is important, because you guys see how the name of the folder matches, skill 1, then just the word text label, or the 2 words text label, right? So boom, as long as it matches, then we're going to say v.text is equal to skill name. That's simple, right? That's how we update on the local side. Then we can move on to the combat script on the server side. I'm sorry, the core script on the server side. Let's open this. All you gotta do is just add a for I loop so that we can send over the information. So what was it? Oh, it was right before the weapon stuff. So it was like right here. Yeah, right here. So we're gonna go in between here, right? Pretty much right before the weapons check. And then you're gonna use a for I loop. You're gonna say for I2 v2 because I think there's already a I believe, or no, I just decided to do it then I guess. So for I2 v2 in pairs, you're gonna say v. I'm so confused. Like, what is going on? Wait, because if this is wait, I'm confused. Yeah, see now I'm confused because never. I remember now. Okay, sorry, guys. Okay, so we're gonna go here. You guys see how we have the for I loop here to check which character to check if the player has a game pass, if it's a game pass character or not, where we're pretty much setting the current character's value. So here's what I'm gonna do, right? We're gonna go after this end, right? Then what I'm gonna do is for I2 v2 because there's a yeah, there we go. Now I see. I believe so, at least in pairs, right? And I'm going to say v get children enter, right? Because remember, this is the character folder, so I'm getting all of the skills. That's pretty much what I'm doing, right? And I'm going to run a check, of course. I'm going to say if player dot current character dot value is equal to v dot name. This is just a double check to make sure that they are, the character name matches whatever character skills we're looking at, right? And v2 is a folder, right? We need to make sure it's a skill folder. Enter. Then I'm going to say core event fire client singular player, comma, then of course the name of the event is hotbar update. Then we need to send over some information. We need to send over the skill number, so v2.name, which is this, so it'll be skill 1 in this case. Then v2.skillName.value, which will be the value of this, so the name of the skill, right? Boom. And just like that, guys, we have finished everything with the hotbar. Now I just needed to make a few adjustments to the module script. Not really sure why. I really don't know how I didn't notice this before, but it don't matter. Fixed it now. So you guys see how there's a space between character and one, but obviously there is no space here. We need to update that. So delete that, delete the period, regular brackets, quotation marks, character 1, right? Just like that. And then you're simply just gonna do that over and over again for however many characters you have. And then of course just change the number to 3, right? And then I forgot, like I really don't know how I didn't notice this before. And then I forgot to also update this. So make sure you update it with the specific character folder, because before I was referencing the main character, the global character folder up here. So yeah, so make sure you're doing your actual character folder. So character 2 folder and character 3 folder, and boom, just like that, guys, we are done. Let's go ahead and test to make sure everything works. As always, if you guys want access to any one of my scripts or models, you guys can become either a channel member or a Discord subscriber. Link to either one of those options can be found in the description and stuff. So okay, boom, as you guys can see, when I join, I now have all my skill. But did I forget to change that one? Let me see. Forget to update the value. No, that's weird. This says skill 4, skill 3. That's weird. Yeah, there's only one. That is so weird. Yeah, that's pretty weird. Okay, and that means it's working. If you try to press one of the keybinds and it says load animation required asset ID, yeah, that means it's working. But I'm confused. Why does it say fire fist? And let me see. If I die, okay, yeah. It'll only update. Yeah, okay. So it'll only update if I switch characters, which is good. So let me try switching characters really quickly. The chat is in the way. Skill name is, oh yeah, I didn't add that for character. Why is it? I'm confused. Why does it say fire fist? Let me see. I did do this right. I believe I did this right, at least. So okay, Ride to V2 impairs, we get children if player the common character. Add value, musical video name, then V2 that name. Send over player, hotbar update. V2 name, V2 skill name. That is weird. Oh, I see. I accidentally forgot to change the text label. Okay, so I did that part right. I just forgot to change the text. Where's the name, yo? Oh, am I tripping? Where's the name? Oh, there, but like, why is it empty? There we go. Okay, this is supposed to be skill 4. Okay, there we go. So make sure you update that if you didn't already. I must have forgot to do that. Okay. So now if I press play, there we go. There we go. We have the one skill I named, and then skill 2, skill 3, skill 4. There you go. So now you guys see stuff. Obviously, I'm going to add on to this in the future. We're going to integrate our cooldowns and stuff. So it has, an actual effect of like, like the red and stuff from like my Blade Ball series. And then next I'll be doing the ultimate bar and stuff. So stay tuned for that and stuff. If you guys enjoyed the video and if you've been enjoying the series, definitely leave a like, subscribe, let me know anything you want to see in the comments, any suggestions, any bugs or issues you find, let me know in the comments, and I will fix those in the future one stuff. You guys already know. If you want to see the series continue, to show the video lots of love, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And thank you guys for 8,000 subscribers. Really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next video.